very simple way of saying it. But you also have to remember that a setting also involves the time in which the story happens. So if you were writing a story in, 1945, the setting would be the setting of 1945. You would also have a physical place where it is, but it also is about the time in which your story is happening. So that's something you need to remember to consider when you're creating a setting is, am I writing the story in the current day and age? Or am I going to write it during a really big event in history or something? So that's a really important thing to remember. Some examples are that it could be in a school, swimming pool, the character's house, but the key thing to remember is that the setting should fit the events of the story, and sometimes the settings can even cause the story. So, you might have a story where someone's stuck in space, and that's where the setting causes the story. Because they're in space, there is a story there to be told. So it's always really important to think about your setting.
On teacher.
Thanks a lot. Okay?
Between fiction and non-fiction is fiction is about opinion a lot of the time, whereas non-fiction is usually fact. Opinions can also be non-fiction because obviously it's true that is your opinion. So in newspaper articles, maybe sometimes for certain newspapers they might include opinions. You're not usually supposed to, but maybe they might use their opinion on the events that are happening. So that would be non-fiction, but usually non-fiction is facts. So facts are definitely true and they can be backed up with evidence. For example, the Prime Minister is giving a speech is a fact because he said he's going to, there's evidence he's going to, so it is a fact. It's true and it can be backed up by evidence, okay? Opinion is how you feel and other people might think differently, so it can't be backed up with evidence and fact, and it's not always true, okay? So having a teenager as a Prime Minister is a terrible idea. That might be someone's opinion, okay? So I might think that Nitin would be the perfect Prime Minister and would be an amazing Prime Minister and would rule the country amazingly. But other people might think that's a really bad idea. No offence, Nitin. But obviously, it's down to opinions. These aren't true and they can't be backed up with evidence, okay? So everyone understand the difference between facts and opinions? Yeah? Anything you don't understand, just jot down as we go, okay? One thing you might notice, everything your parents ever says has to be a fact, okay? Because they're always right. Just like teachers, always right. Okay, so facts tell us things that have been proven to be true. Opinions tell us what someone believes. So, ice cream is made with milk. Is that a fact or an opinion? Anirudh?
Fact.
Fact, yeah. Dogs are the perfect pet for all families. Nitin? Opinion, perfect. Bisahan, caterpillars turn into butterflies and moths.
Huh?
Fact, yes. Pizza is the most delicious food. Nitin? Opinion, I think it should be a fact, but yes, it is an opinion. The beach is the best place to be in summer. Anirudh?
Opinion.
Opinion, yes. Ice melts when left out for the freezer. Bisahan?
Fact.
Fact, perfect. So who can tell me a fact about cats? Doesn't have to be anything too in-depth. Nitin? Cats have 9 lives. Perfect. A fact about cats. Who can tell me an opinion about ice cream? Anirudh?
Ice cream is bad for you.
Ice cream's bad for you. I mean, could be a bit of fact and opinion, that one. Maybe if you say ice cream is bad or it isn't very tasty, that could be an opinion. But ice cream does have loads of sugar in, so it is bad for you. Perfect. You guys have got fact and opinion.